Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Council is now in session. Number 1, to receive members' apologies for absence.
Good evening, Mr Deputy Mayor. We have apologies from Councillor Hobbs, who's on holiday, Councillor Brewer, who's unwell, Councillor Westrop, who's unwell, County Councillor Tony White is caught up at a meeting, and Councillor Osborne is unwell.
Okay. I have forgotten about the fire exit, so if there is a problem and we need to evacuate the hall, the fire exits are the 2 doors there, and we meet by the wall at Coggles. Thank you. Number 2, to receive members' declarations of interest.
I'd like to declare an interest in item number 10, please, Mr Mayor. Deputy Mayor.
And of an interest in receipts. Number 3, to receive town clerk reports and mayor's announcements.
Mr Deputy Mayor, just a reminder that this Friday is the open mic night, which is in aid of the Mayor's charity Downham Dementia. On Saturday, we also have the 70s and 80s disco night, which is being run with us and in conjunction with JR Light and Sound. Free photo booth at that one, tickets are £10. I've also been advised by Councillor Levers, thank you very much, regarding the next SNAP meeting, which is the Safer Neighbourhood Action Panel. It will be on Wednesday, the 16th of April at Marshall and St James Village Hall from 7 p.m. All members of the public are welcome to that meeting, and I would fully encourage people to go. Police are very receptive to what is said at those meetings. Thank you, Mr Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Number 4, public participation, written reports and written questions. We don't have any public participation. Are there any reports apart from Councillor Osborne that we had?
No, I haven't had any reports for anyone other than Councillor Osborne. I haven't had a police report this month, but as I say, there hasn't been a SNAP meeting anyway. That said, I have had the police in the office last week, catching up on some cases that I'm aware of. I can't disclose the information on those, but we are still active with the police on those. There are no members of the public present, and I've had no written correspondence that council aren't already aware of.
Lovely. All right, number 5, to approve the minutes of the full council meeting held on the 14th of January 2025. I'll propose those. Anybody want a second?
Councillor Wiles?
Thank you. And we have a vote, please. Thank
All
you.
in favour? Councillor Dixon? Abstain? Yep. Thank you.
Number 6, to accept the recommendations within the minutes of the following committees. 6.1, Governance Committee, held on the 21st of November 2024.
Thank you.
Can we have a vote, please?
All those in favour? That's all, thank you.
Thank you. 6.2, Community Engagement Committee, held on the 7th of November 2024.
I would ask full council to accept the recommendations of the Community Engagement Committee dated the 7th of November 2024.
Second. Councillor Buxton?
In favour? Thank you.
Councillor Sharman, are you in favour? Yeah, all in favour, thank you.
6.3, Human Resources Committee, held on the 5th of November 2024.
I would like the Council to accept the recommendations within the Human Resources Committee for the 5th of November 24, please.
Seconder?
Councillor Levers?
In favour?
That's all in favour.
Thank
Councillors,
you.
can I just remind you to turn your mics on, please? Thank you.
Number 7, to receive reports, 7-1 West Norfolk Youth Advisory Board by me. The meeting was held on the 16th of January this year. There are seven youth advisory boards in Norfolk. There's one at the King's Lynn Hospital, there's one at the King's Lynn College, and the Youth Advisory Board are very keen to establish one in Downham Market. The age range is 11 to 18, but goes up to 25 for disabilities. They would like to include the top year of primary schools and the academy and the youth project. YAB would like to hold an event in Downham Market Town Hall, hosted by YAB, to help the youth of the town feel valued by members of the public. The YAB coordinator is also pleasantly surprised by the young people's ideas. YAB could host an antisocial awareness day with police, council and others involved. Children are not always aware of the parameters of being antisocial. An idea they have come up for the initial progress in Downham would be to speak in public participation at council meetings. Their questions could be lodged to the clerk by Friday 5 p.m. before the full council meeting, giving time to research and answer, then with an opportunity for a supplementary question on the day. YAB is run by MAP, which is a charity for possible use of the town hall. Thank you.
So the Deputy Mayor approached me about this earlier on today, and I've said I think it would be really positive for the Youth Advisory Board to work with the council. And I think the idea that they would pose a question ahead of a full council meeting for us to give an answer would be a really good step forward. The only thing I've said is it would be good to have that question by the Thursday so that I've got the 3 working days in order to do the research. But I think that's a really positive start. And I think that if we start with that, then you can have a look at building relationship and moving forward on that basis. And then obviously we can bring to the table if we want to arrange something else at a later date.
Yep, lovely, thank you.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Can I ask a
Right.
question?
Yep.
Are the Swan Centre part of the youth?
They're not part of the Youth Advisory Board, but they want to work with them.
Yeah.
That's the answer I was
Yeah.
looking for.
No, they're not part of it. No.
Thank you.
But they want to be part.
Thank you.
Right. Number 8, to agree membership of the West Norfolk Tourism Board following a resignation of Naomi Peach.
I don't know whether you wanted to speak on this, Councillor Levers, or...
We need someone as a secondee. It would involve going to King's Lynn when I'm not able to go, which may be quite a bit in the future. But it is always an afternoon, so it has to be someone who can give up that time. And I'm afraid it is a long time. It can start at 2 and go on till 5 o'clock, and that's not including travelling time. But we have developed a really good relationship with the West Norfolk Tourism Forum, and I wouldn't like to see it go astray. So if anybody can be the second person for me, that would be great.
I'd like to add something to that. We've been a member of the Tourism Forum since it was first suggested and formed in 1986-7. We've been a member of it. I was a founder member. The West Norfolk Tourism Forum, which is its correct title, has been in existence since then, and we've been party to it. And I did resign from it. I rejoined it, and at the moment I'm still a member. I have not resigned in the last recently, but I'm afraid the knees won't let me attend anymore. So we definitely need somebody to take it on. I don't know whether involved in it is the Fens Tourism Group, which includes Wisbech, Boston, and along the Fens waterways, and Ely. I don't know whether that's still, as far as I know, it's still going, but we were members of that. So was the West Norfolk, but we pulled out of it because, again, it was another meeting that I could no longer attend. Okay? But we definitely need someone, because without feeding into that, we're not feeding into King's Lynn.
I think it's something I could do.
Is there anybody else interested in joining the West Norfolk Tourism Forum as a seconder to Councillor Levers? And obviously you'd get the lots of help and support from Councillor Damond as well, who just can't do the travelling.
I mean, I'm happy to put my name forward. It's just obviously getting there. I can't because of work, as you say. I mean, I don't know, is virtual a possibility at all? I mean, or the days, are they flexible on what days they hold it at all? Or?
Well, there's businesses like sales of Hunt Stanton, there's quite a lot
then.
Yeah, and it is always the afternoon. But if you want to come on board, you might.
I'll certainly look into it. I mean, I'm happy to do it. I've got no problem with joining it. It's just got obviously work for them and for me. But yeah, I can try and look more into that.
The Deputy Mayor's offering to support if you can't support.
Okay,
so
that's a good backup then too, I think.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, done, yep. Number 9, to agree finance matters for the Mayor's signature. 9.1, bills for payment.
So, Mr Mayor, this is payment 827 to 873.
Councillor Hyatt.
I've just got a couple of queries. 846, the hedging. I presume it's for the JCC.
846 is the grant that we've had for the hedging to go along behind the fencing.
Yeah.
So that will be recovered back via the bushy tree grant.
Yep, okay. And 869, payment of £300. There's 11 lines. I presume there's only one payment of £300.
Yes, so that's the payment for live streaming these full council meetings. We have to pay the year in advance to secure the dates for the full council meeting, but they're done on the purchase order date by date so that we secure and confirm which dates we've got booked in. So that's why they're all separate transactions.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you happy to propose that? Or?
Yep, can we propose that? Need a seconder, please.
Lovely,
Yep,
thank you,
Frank.
Councillor Damond.
In favour?
That's all, thank you. Can I just get you to sign there for me, please? Thank you.
9.2, receipt list.
So you've already declared an interest
I've
in this.
declared
So,
an interest. So, yeah.
is anybody willing to propose the receipts list? Councillor Julie Pyatt. And seconder, Councillor Leach. All in favour, other than obviously the Deputy Mayor? That's all, thank you.
Okay. 9.3, asset disposal.
So as I said at the last meeting, this is something that the internal auditor has asked for us to put on. So just to confirm that, well, you'll need to vote for the disposal, but these are all assets that were defective that have been moved from the old office upon the sale. So that's asset 352, a cabinet, which had broken drawers on it. Asset 351, which is a notice board where the locks had been glued. Asset 293, which was an old landline phone that wasn't operational. And asset 285, which was a small clock which had a broken face on it and that was unable to be recovered.
I'll propose that. Do we need a seconder, please? Thank you.
Councillor Wiles, thank you.
And 4. Thank you.
That's all, thank you.
Number 10, to agree fencing quote for the Jubilee community site. Thank you, councillor.
So councillors, you've had 4 quotes sent out prior to the meeting, and it's just really for you to decide on which one you wish us to proceed with.
Can you just remind me which one was the cheapest?
MPS Fencing and Countryside Management Limited were the cheapest at 2,700 plus VAT. Do you want me to read the other ones? Then David Nichols, using the footplate at the bottom was 150mm by 22mm, is 2740 spot 82, and with using 150 by 47mm is 3027 spot 21. Then DA Jordan Groundworks is 2985, and Nigel Smith is 3650. The only one that hasn't got VAT included is Nigel Smith, so that would be the all-in price. The others all have VAT plus VAT, but that's recoverable.
Councillor Poet.
I would just mention the first one, NPS. That is an estimate. It's not a quotation, and the others are.
Yeah, I mean, in the email to me, he said, here is the quote for our works, so...
He would stand by as a quotation.
Yes.
Anybody else? Councillor?
Can any of these contractors fit that in? Because I think the hedge has got to go down by the 15th or 17th of March. Can they guarantee getting this work done by then?
I haven't asked that question.
Right. So we're not going to put the hedge in until this fence is done, though, are we?
Well, I've spoken to our maintenance officer that is a horticultural expert, and he said if necessary he can put them in the spacings that would be required to meet the deadline of the Bushy Trust.
Right.
I could help with horticulture as well. So.
I'm sure there's some difference between them. I can't remember, I'm sorry, that something was recommended because it was a different way of erecting the fences. If you could just confirm what that point was.
That point's already been dealt with by full council. MPS Fencing said that they would prefer a wooden gate post.
That's right.
Because the metal ones had a history of being stolen, but full council voted on that to have the metal ones. So
I thought there was something else, but in that email.
I noted that they were going deeper with their posts than a previous one.
Yeah. Councillor Poet.
Yeah, can I propose that we take Dave Nichols? His work is done up there already for us. He put the wire fence round the Jubilee Centre for us, and his work is all satisfactory when he goes. So I would like to propose that we use David Nichols to install the fence.
And
He knows his job.
Can I just check that that's with the gravel board that is 150 by 22mm?
Is that what it is?
He gave a quote for 150 by 47, 150 by 22.
Whichever of us is the most strongest. Stand a car hitting it. So get the biggest ones.
So the 150 by 47, which will be 3027 spot 21. Yeah?
So do we have a second? Hang on. Yep. Yep. Second. Right. So vote for, please. Thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Yep. Lovely. Thank you.
Councillor Buxton, would you mind just asking Councillor Jordan to come back? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome back, Councillor Jordan. Number 11, To consider a grant application from Melody Allsorts of Downham and agree response.
So this was a grant application for £1,500 that you've all received the paperwork for.
Councillor Power.
Do we not already sponsor this group?
The town council already provide a 10% discount when they hire for their long-term pantos, yes.
I think that's enough.
Councillor Leach.
We have a grants policy here that they can't be in receipt of two, so they've already getting one. So I think we'd be breaching our own policy if we do it again.
That's what I made the comments of when I sent it out, but yeah.
Apologies. I know that obviously they've got a certain amount in their account already, and they've also recently had another grant, as has been noted, for another scheme. So that was 1,000, I believe. And just to agree with what's already been said.
If nobody else wants to say anything, I'll propose that we do not accept this grant.
Thank you, Councillor Damond.
Yep. So shall we have a vote, please? Thank you.
All in favour?
Yep.
Declining it? That's all, thank you.
Number 12, to agree signatories for the Council Bank mandate.
As Council are aware, the Internal Auditor has made recommendations which Council have accepted regarding electronic banking for all payments. So those that are signatories need to be able to electronically authorise payments. Councillor Charlie Pyatt and Councillor Frank Damond have asked to step down from that just because of facilities that are available to them. So I'm looking for two people that would replace them on the mandate, please. Councillor Jordan and Councillor Buxton. Could I ask for a proposer, please, for that? Councillor Lewis and seconder. Councillor Wales. All in favour?
All in favour, please. Yep, thank you.
That's all, thank you.
Please.
Oh, sorry, Councillor Damond. Abstain. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Number 13, to discuss speed limit reduction on Bridge Street and agree actions. Councillor Levers.
I asked for this to be put on the agenda. We're not able to have a zebra crossing at any stage in the town. It's up to 200,000 we've been quoted. And the reduction on speed to 20 miles per hour doesn't start till the beginning of the Hollies. And I think we should have a look at the road safety in town, particularly as we've got a lot of new businesses at the other end. And I think that the speed limit should be extended to at least the corner of near Lighthouse Electrical Shop, Wainwright Court, even further back. But if that wasn't possible, I have looked it up, and there is quite a bit to do to get it through, as Norfolk County Council would be the people that we speak to. But we can ask for a reduction from our town council, and a traffic regulation order would have to be made, and this consultation and public advertisements, and I'm afraid it takes 9 months, up to 9 months to complete. But I think because, as I said, the higher footfall in Bridge Street, particularly outside Wetherspoons, and more traffic going through our town, we need to do something about our road safety for all.
Yeah, I noticed it was quiet in town today, and there was a lot of speeding traffic through there today. So.
If Council are happy for me to make contact with Norfolk County Council and request that, then I can do that if we just vote on that matter so that I can take it forward.
I propose that then.
So Councillor Lane to propose, Councillor Wiles to second.
Yep. Vote for all, please.
All in favour?
Sorry, can I?
Oh, sorry.
Starts, and then it goes up down the corner, and and it comes down Priory Road, but it only goes so far down Priory again. It only goes up to just before Discover Downham. So we've got a funny situation where they stopped right outside the restaurant instead of starting further back, even back.
So wouldn't it be better if we just decided to make the whole of the one-way circuit within the
It would be
town
amazing,
20?
but I don't know if we can.
Well, if you're going to ask, you might as well ask for everything.
It's a lot.
Just, sorry.
I think Councillor Moyes wanted to say something.
Did you say that it can take up to 9 months? How come the government has put 20-mile-an-hour limits on cities and towns all over the country? I travelled quite a bit of it last year, and in London, you're nearly 20 mile an hour the whole way through it. So why is it going to take 9 months when everywhere else in the country, the 20-mile-an-hour zones are already in place?
I have to say it's not something I've researched because obviously I've waited to come here to find out what people wanted, but
When you
looks like
request,
Councillor
when
Levers
you
might have an
request
answer.
this, could you ask them why why it would take 9 months? Yeah, thank you.
I just looked up on Norfolk County Council how to reduce speed limits in towns and parishes, and that's what they said. It could take up to 9 months. Who knows? It might be less, but we have to be prepared that this could be a long business, but it's something that we must all think about now.
Absolutely.
So Councillor Lane and Councillor Wiles, are you happy to still propose and second based on the whole of the one-way system being 20 miles an hour? Yeah?
Yep. So,
All in favour?
all in favour for that one? Yep.
And yeah, I'll look at timescales. Are you abstaining? Yeah, thank you.
Number 14, to discuss electrical vehicle charging point requirement for Holledge Car Park and agree response to Norfolk County Council.
So again, councillors, you've had through the email that I had from Norfolk County Council regarding the electric vehicle charging points. It was something that property and then full council have adopted the minutes of to approve moving ahead with the electric vehicle charging points, as long as the agreement was that they did not disturb the new road on the Hollis Service Road. They've come back and they've offered 22 kilowatt and 7 kilowatt charging, saying that there's a maximum of 100 amp connection there, and they're asking, are you happy for me to go ahead and sign the agreement, and also on what basis you want the charging points installed at if you are in agreement?
Councillor Pyatt.
These things have got to come, but I think you need to stick to the 22, not to the 7. That's a waste of time. Because people want to get in and out as quick as they can, and 22 will charge quicker, and also it will work better. So I would like to see 22. I would propose that we go for 22.
Just before we move to proposal,
Yeah,
just so there's
can
enough
we-
time for speech.
Yeah.
Can I ask something? Are these going to be chargeable?
Chargeable
Financially chargeable?
to those that use them, yes.
By what means? Credit card?
My
debit
understanding
card?
is there's an app process that they feed into.
How
Yep,
long-
Councillor Sharman.
How long are they responsible for them? When do we have to maintain them?
We're responsible for maintaining them after installation with this grant,
Straight away?
straight away.
Thank you.
I didn't ask about a guarantee, but I mean, obviously, there is laws to guarantee works, but
You go you hear anyway, then.
yeah, I haven't asked that question.
Councillor Moyes.
So who's getting the revenue for these?
It would go straight to the town council.
Right. And why would we want the, I've said this before, but electric cars are not going to be the future. They're already, the firemen can't put them out. The batteries can't be recycled. Lithium is a nightmare for the planet. The hydrogen engine's now been developed, and they reckon it's going to take out electric motors in the next 15, 20 years, probably even sooner. So I still don't understand why we'd want to put something in this town what in the future is going to be non-existent, because then they can't dispose of these batteries. But you go ahead and vote for it, I will be against.
We've got to go with the times. If we don't give what the public want, there's so many places that have got them, and I understand all the worry, all the concerns that Councillor Moyes has got, but we'd be the only town that hasn't got any. So I think we've got to do it.
Anybody else? Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't brought that information because that's already been to property already. I didn't bring that. I mean, you're not going to make a fortune from this. This is more about putting it in for the connectivity around Norfolk. That's the basis of the grant.
Yep. Anyone else?
So just a final point, a 22.5 kilowatt, yeah, on something like a Tesla or some of the bigger EV cars would still require 2.5 to 3 hours to charge. Yeah, so when you look at supermarkets, yeah, their fast charging points are 60, 70 kilowatts per hour charging points, not 22. I know, but that's because the power supply, Charlie, is 100 amps. You can't get any more than 22 kilowatts out of 100 amp supply. So this is that simple maths. I'm sorry, I'm Councillor Moyes. I don't think it's.
But they're paying for that, so.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the option is for council to decide that they don't want to proceed on the basis of electric vehicle charging. That's another option.
100 amps is the standard domestic supply size. That's what it is. That's what they're offering us. A standard domestic supply. Not an industrial supply as they use in supermarkets.
Hello. Yeah,
Councillor Leach.
I have to agree with Councillor Moyes to a certain degree that electric cars aren't for the future. And we've just had another supermarket and they've got 10 charging points. And every time I go up there, it's totally empty. No one's using them. So I'm not sure we actually need them.
Councillor Walls.
We also have to consider how many spaces we're going to use, just to have these charging points. I understand they take 2 car spaces just for one charging point. And how tight our car parks are at the moment.
Right, I think we've come to the proposal position. Have we got a proposer on this?
I did propose that we use the 22 volt because we can't use anything less.
Yep.
If you want to do it separate, vote whether you want the electric charging first. I'm quite happy to propose that, and then decide which one you want afterwards, or do you want to just go for the 22?
So at the moment, property have obviously put their proposal forward, of which full council have adopted. So you've already got the agreement there to move ahead. So you can obviously decide to rescind that decision and not have electric vehicle, or obviously you move to the vote for what you want actually installed. That's your options.
Councillor Moyes.
Can I propose that we rescind against the electrical charging point?
We've already got one proposal on the table, so we have to deal with that one first.
No, because Councillor Pyatt did offer that you could do it separate. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
So proposal from Councillor Steve Moyes for rescinding electric vehicle charging. Is there a seconder? Councillor Dixon. Those in favour? Right, so that's passed.
Okay. Item 15, to agree quote for signage at number 6 Marketplace.
So again, council have been sent the details of the quote. As I say, we did attempt for 3 since November, only 1 has come back, and the quote is 1175 plus VAT. And that's in line with the planning permission. They had the planning permission, they've quoted on that basis.
Councillor Leach.
If we've only got one quote, we've got to take it.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that is legal. We've asked for 3.
Yeah, I propose we take it.
Proposing we accept it. Seconder, Councillor Levers.
Vote for, please. Thank you.
That's all, thank you.
Number 16, to receive councillor questions. Councillor Pyatt? Yep.
Yeah, I've got a couple of questions. Okay, shall I do a test? Can you hear me? Right, yeah, I have a couple of questions. The live streaming, you said you pay for it in advance earlier. When does that run out, and do we have to vote on it again during the year, whether to continue or not?
No, so that is all to do with the budget that you voted on in January. So that's approved for the whole year, for the 1 a month plus 1 extra in there for the mayoral section.
Right, so for the next 12 months,
Yes, so
that
that's
has been
all
agreed. Yeah, okay. And also the new gravel car park at the JCC. I walked through there Saturday, and there was a burger van parked there, obviously doing business. I don't believe this has been discussed at property, and definitely it's not been an agenda item, so I don't know if you're aware of it.
The maintenance team made me aware in the team meeting today, so it's something that I need to have a look on the CCTV and then bring up with James Taylor at our meeting.
Yeah,
and then
I did take some photos, so
Thank you.
yeah, I can see it there.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Number 17.
Oh, no, Councillor Wells.
Oh, sorry. Councillor Wells.
I don't know, I haven't seen the details, I haven't looked on CCTV yet because I need to get 2 councillors in. But if Councillor Pyatt doesn't mind giving me the pictures, then that'll speed it up.
Councillor, yep.
Are we going to do anything with the Morrison's car park, i.e. resurfacing, or not?
Not at the moment. We'll have to do it as one tender.
Councillor Diamond.
Talking of the orchard, we obviously had a burger van in there, drive through the orchard. But the question I'm asking is, when the orchard was put in place, there were 2 seats and a disabled picnic table. They are no longer there. Who gave permission for them to be removed? Because they were paid for by the people who bought the trees.
Councillor Damon, as per our phone call last week, it was asked to be moved up to the JCC by the Property Committee. Property Committee were unaware that it had been purchased by the businesses, and that's something that obviously, depending on what is voted on tonight, I will take back to Property Committee or will be discussed at full council.
Councillor Wiles.
I just add to that those seats were used by people, and I've had lots of questions of where have they gone, because we used to use them to sit there, and even the kids used to go there in the summertime, do the homework on them.
I mean, the reason for them being moved was we had a lot of complaints in the office about the state of the hard standing, which isn't the responsibility of the town council, and there were queries over trip hazards there, and this was the reason that property decided to move it up to the JCC, because they're building they were planning to build a picnic area up in the corner. And therefore, as far as we were concerned, they would get more use up there than we were aware of being used down there. So it was not done with a malicious intent. It was done with the idea of them being used by more people.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Lovely. No. Number 17, confidential items. to consider a resolution under the Public Bodies Admission to Meetings Act 1960 to exclude members of the public and press.
So it's to discuss staffing matters and legal matters.
Right, discuss staffing matters and legal matters.
Are you proposing?
Yeah, I'll propose that one.
And seconder, Councillor
Thank you.
Buxton.
And vote for, please.
All in favour?
Yeah.
That's all, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Right, we're out of confidentiality now. I'm going to propose on 17.2 the payment of bill 874. I'm going to propose that we pay this bill, draw a line in the sand, and that we don't use this contractor again. Do I get a seconder, please?
Did you say pay the bill?
Sorry?
Did you say pay the bill?
Yep. We need to draw a line in the sand with this one. We don't need any more publicity about it.
You haven't got a seconder, so...
I would like to suggest that we actually make a goodwill gesture of 50% of that. Then he's made the mistake not having the plant on and everything else. But I would suggest that if we make a goodwill gesture of 50% and make him aware, that we don't consider that it's necessary,
Yeah.
but we're doing it as a gesture of goodwill.
I'll second that. Yep.
All in favour?
All in favour then, please, for that 50%. Against? And abstain.
Just a minute.
Sorry.
I'll keep up.
Against?
So who's against? Councillor Damon, were you against? You're in favour, sorry. And you're abstaining. Lovely, so that's passed.
Okay. Number 18, to agree actions required following discussions within confidentiality.
So we're at 19.1.
Yep. Number 19, to consider the proposal from Human Resources Committee. 19.1, it is recommended to full council that all committees, bar Human Resource Committee and Community Engagement Committee, be disbanded and the workload of the disbanded committees integrated into a fortnightly full council meeting. I'll propose that.
Does anybody want any discussion on it first?
6-month trial. Can we please? Trial.
6-month trial. Are you happy for that? Yeah. So Councillor Wells proposing, Councillor Lane seconding.
And vote for, please.
Just a minute, I think Councillor Lewis actually...
Can I just ask, when are we starting this?
It would be immediately.
Yeah.
We'll start with immediate effect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
all. That's
2
all.
weeks'
Because
time.
we hadn't said anything as and when we were going to start it, or whether it was starting immediately or.
Yeah,
at the
what you
start-
will need to
start of
decide is
mayoral
whether
year
you're...
or whatever.
What you will need to decide after this is what you're doing about live streaming, but you need to do this vote separately.
Councillor Wiles.
Got an imminent planning
Yep.
committee tomorrow. Should we carry on with that?
Yes, actually,
Okay.
yeah, okay, we'll start from Thursday.
Well, it's a time thing, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, that would be what the proposal would be, yeah.
So can we...
So 6-month trial starting from Thursday.
So we'll vote for that, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I've got seconder, Councillor Lane.
Yep.
Those in favour? Councillor Julie Pyatt? Councillor Charlie Pyatt? So there's 2 against. Lovely, thank you.
And to note the date of the next full council meeting. Well,
It'll be in 2 weeks' time, won't
yeah,
it?
it won't be Tuesday the 4th.
Are you not going to be discussing live streaming? Under 19.1, are you not discussing live streaming at all? Are we just not doing it live streamed?
That's the point. Do we want to discuss about live streaming the second meeting?
Councillor Lane, I think we continue with one live streaming, and for the second meeting, if the public want to come and see it, they come here and sit in the gallery and watch and listen and take note.
I second that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And 4, please, can we have a vote on that?
Oh, are we voting on it? Sorry.
Yeah, I better do.
So not to live stream the second meeting?
Yeah, thank you. 4, please, yeah.
That's, it's all under the same item, as
Yeah.
long as it's on the same basis, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, one meeting.
Yeah,
both
that's what's
meetings,
being suggested.
Yeah.
So those in favour, please, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's all. Thank you.
So when's the,
So the next meeting will be the 18th of February.
so the
Yeah.
next meeting will be Tuesday the 18th of February.
Are you closing the meeting?
Yep. Right. Meeting is now closed. Thank you.